Welcome back to What's Now. June is National Cancer Survivors Month, and right now we are going to talk about an important advancement, especially with blood cancers such as lymphoma and leukemia, specifically using the patient's own blood cells for treatment. Right now I have Dr. Lori Leslie here with us, as well as a patient, to tell us all about this. Thank you, both of you, for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Dr. Leslie, tell us about large B-cell lymphoma and other blood cancers.
So there's about 100 different types of blood cancers, and they're different than the solid organ cancers like breast, colon, or lung cancer in that they're of the blood, so they really can present in any way. Lymphoma is a cancer of a white blood cell called a lymphocyte and is the most common type of blood cancer in adults in the United States.
Michael, tell me more about your journey with cancer and walk us through the moment of diagnosis.
Sure. It started back in the summer of 2018. My wife noticed a bump on my neck and she said I should get it checked out. So I went to a dermatologist who then sent me to an ENT. A CAT scan and a couple of biopsies later confirmed that I had lymphoma. After that, we started looking for an oncologist, and that landed me at the Theurer Cancer Center in Hackensack, New Jersey, and that's where I met Dr. Leslie.
Dr. Leslie, tell me more about CAR T-cell therapy.
So CAR T-cell therapy is different than other cancer treatments like chemotherapy, for example, and you're using the patient's own immune system with CAR T to recognize and kill the cancer cells. So we all probably have abnormal cells growing in our bodies at all times, and the job of a normal immune system is to recognize and eradicate those cells before they turn into what you and I think of as a clinically apparent cancer. When that surveillance system fails, people develop cancer, and what CAR T-cell therapy does is take the patient's own immune cells that have not done their normal job and re-engineers them and enhances them to recognize and hopefully eradicate the patient's cancer cells.
Michael, what was your initial treatment with CAR T-cell therapy like?
Well, I just want to back it up. I actually started with a chemotherapy program. It was meant to last 12 weeks. After 6 weeks, I found that I had relapsed. And so that's when we considered CAR T-cell as an option. I was able to get into a study, and as Dr. Leslie described, the process for me was to withdraw blood, engineer it over in the West, and then infuse it. So for the infusion, I came back to the hospital. We had a little pouch of my blood and packed quite a punch, and I spent 2 weeks in the hospital just to make sure side effects were monitored. And probably within a month after that, I had a PET CAT scan that showed most of the cancer had disappeared. It was amazing.
That is amazing. So what is your life like now, Michael? And are you cancer-free?
I am cancer-free, in remission, praise God, and living life normally. Very happy.
I really appreciate you sharing your experience with us. Dr. Leslie, what else do you want people to know about CAR T-cell therapies?
It's a really exciting time for cancer research in general, and patients have a lot of reasons to be hopeful with just an explosion of new treatments available for lymphoma and other cancers. So if you have more questions or wanted more information about lymphoma, CAR T-cell therapy, or other new treatments that are available, there's some great resources for patients and their caregivers and their families. One is the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, LLS.org, and another is the Lymphoma Research Foundation at lymphoma.org.
Well, thank you so much, Michael and Dr. Leslie, for joining us today. Really appreciate this important discussion about lymphoma and CAR T-cell therapy. Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you very much.